Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony, and AMD has a pre-CES announcement. So AMD is starting off 2019 fast and announcing some new processors before CES. So with this, they're announcing the second generation AMD Ryzen 3000 series mobile processors. So these are only mobile, but what's interesting about these is that they're introducing a 35 watt part now for the Ryzen 5 and the Ryzen 7. So that's going to be the 3750H and the 3550H. So both of these are going to be 35 watt parts. They're upgrading, to the next gen 3000 series, the current U parts that are already out there, and they're also adding in though the AMD Athlon 300U. So another 15 watt part, 2 cores, 4 threads, and I'll list all the specs up here so you can kind of see everything from the whole stack. And I'm actually really liking the stack on how they're kind of filling it out, making it more competitive. I'm going to be really interested to see how this increases in the future, especially core counts with what Intel's done last year to be more competitive and increase their core counts on mobile as well. AMD is touting that there's been some that if they compete against a equivalent Intel processor in the U series, that they are more competitive, better. Only time will tell. I need to get my hands on one of these and test to really know for sure. But then there's also laptop designs and everything else. Unless you have a laptop in the same design, it's really hard to tell overall because of thermal throttling and thermals in general. But these are all in the 12 nanometer process, so they're kind of lagging behind the desktop parts, right? We're expecting 7 nanometer on desktop this year, but in the mobile series we're getting 12, which should get some of those refinements that were in last year's desktop processors now into mobile. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes going forward. Then we also had the release of the 7th generation A series processors for Chromebooks. So these are old. AMD must have had maybe some old stock or just need to get rid of some. They have R5 graphics on them, and AMD's just trying to get them out the door, I'm guessing. But also what's really nice is it creates a competition more in the Chromebook sector in that low end where Intel has a stranglehold of it, and it puts AMD in there. And so now people have a choice, which I always like when consumers have a choice and they can pick what product's best for them rather than being stuck with whatever's out there. But the biggest news of this whole release is that Radeon software is coming to all AMD Ryzen processors with Radeon graphics. So no more waiting for a manufacturer to release the updates that AMD has gave them, and so you get an update maybe once a year, maybe never. It's so often it doesn't matter. Like new games come out, you want to use it, right? If you're going to buy one of these products with AMD graphics, you're probably going to be gaming on it somewhat. Especially if you are coming from the high end and you want, you get a desktop rig and you want to just have something on the go to game on. I mean, that's one thing that I look at, and with the driver updates the way they were and the state they are, I didn't want to do it because, like, everyone on Reddit, man, these guys are great. They go through and they find workarounds and everything else to get the latest drivers on because they want to test the latest games. They want to play the latest games. And even at low settings or medium settings or whatever else, they want to enjoy that. And it's because they bought the machine as well. And I think AMD put in their fourth effort, and in Q1 2019, you'll be able to get the Radeon software Adrenaline drivers directly from AMD.com for these AMD processors, Ryzen processors with a Radeon graphics. So I'm glad that AMD has done the right thing and cleaned this up. It's what they should have did to begin with. NVIDIA and Intel already do it, AMD, so glad you finally cleared this up. And the community was very vocal about it, and AMD did the right thing after they were vocal about it. So I'm glad to see that. I'm excited to see kind of how these maybe processors now improve with the more feedback that they can get by more users testing them and using the latest drivers. And we might even see better improvements over time because the user base has expanded a little bit more for these Radeon graphics on those chips. So it's only time will tell, but I'm really interested. This is one reason why I'll probably more consider a Ryzen processor with graphics in the future, especially if I want to replace a Surface maybe with another device and I want to do some light gaming on it. So there's that as well. So I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to help support Gray Overload and helping this channel grow. Until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe.